Hi guys, today I'm going to talk to you about if you're interested in maybe thinking about getting a green cheek conure. I'm just going to talk to you about how they are, what personalities they have, what cage size, things like that, guys. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I just want to talk to you about where you can get green cheeks from. You can get them from two sources. You can get them from either a reptile breeder or a pet shop. I would personally get them from a breeder. They tend to know a lot more about the birds. They are much more knowledgeable. They give you so much tips, and they pet shops tend to really like make the price high, and they tend to charge way more for them. But I'm not saying pet shops are bad, I'm just saying breeders are much better, because normally you can get them hand-reared, and sometimes pet shops don't have friendly birds, so I would probably get it from a breeder. Green cheeks have good personalities. They have bad points and good points. The good points are that they love attention, they are so social, they are very intelligent birds. They love to be played with. They love training with you. You love to be talked to, and they just love being in human company. The bad sides are they can make a fair bit of noise. Not that much to different conures like sun conures. They can make a bit more noise, but they're good for maybe some apartments. Just depends, really, and stuff like that. If they are quite noisy, but you get used to them once you have them. You need to give your green cheek quite a bit of your time, because you're kind of like inviting them and taking the responsibility into your hands that you take them into your family. So please make sure you give your green cheek plenty of attention. I go to school, so I have a bird, so don't let going to school put you off getting a bird. I take him out in the morning for about half an hour to 45 minutes, because I wake up quite early. And as soon as I come home from school, which is about 3:30, I let them out until about 10 o'clock at night. So as long as you balance cage time and out time 50-50, so they will be happy then. So make sure you do that. Cage size, you need to get a cage size which is definitely about 20 and above inches for your bird. Don't get a huge cage, because there's no need to get a huge cage, because green cheeks only grow up to about 10 inches. So don't get a humongous cage. Get a fairly big cage. I'm not saying get the smallest cage ever, because that would just be wrong. Just get a fairly good size cage, which is your bird can comfortably be in it and comfortably stretch his wings and everything like that. And make sure in your cage you have plenty of toys, because when they're on their own they love to chew and they get very bored. So keep inviting new toys and new things, and make sure all the perches are not just the same old crappy dowel perches. Make sure they have texture, and make sure they have different like lengths and stuff like that. So I would personally try find a tree. Make sure it's safe for birds, because some trees are not safe for birds. Make sure they get when you cut your tree branch off, make sure you put it in the oven and bake it for about an hour or so, just on quite a high heat, just to make sure all the germs and stuff are killed. So it'll be okay for your birds. This is my bird. I'm just going to show you. His name is Max. Say hello, Max. Say hello, Max. Yeah, they are very, very friendly. So they're good for first-time birds. They can be very nippy, so I warn you, they can be quite nippy. So they will bite you in the beginning. Don't let that put you off, because once they've settled in and you handle them and give them a lot of care and attention and time and training, they will start to learn that biting isn't acceptable. But you have to take precautions and measures to deal with that. You can't just say, oh, he'll just stop biting. He won't. You just have to train him, and it will work. And make sure before getting any of your birds that you do a lot of research before, because the biggest mistake is people don't do a lot of research, and they have to sell their birds as soon as they get them, which is quite bad, and these birds do live a fair bit of time, so they're basically a life commitment to you. So they live to about 25 to 30 years, and a good, healthy, balanced diet, which consists of some seeds, some pellets, and some greens, such as fruit like apples, bananas, you name it, and some vegetables. He likes broccoli, so he's a good, healthy bird. Yeah, they can eat most things off the table, but just beware of feeding them avocado, chocolate, and things like that, and caffeine or any alcohol, and just be aware of that. And be aware that birds do have a very sensitive respiratory system, so make sure you don't spray any solvents near their cage, because it can be quite harmful to the bird. And if you want to clean your bird cage, make sure you clean it with 50% vinegar and 50% water, and that will clean the cage, and it's not toxic for the bird, so that will be okay. Yeah, so make sure when you get your green cheek conure, make sure you check out for a healthy bird. I'm going to give you tips on how to check out for a healthy bird now. Make sure there's no discharge from the nostrils. Make sure his eyes are sparkling, and make sure if you see like black stripes on a green cheek conure's wing or wings, and that means they have been quite stressed. So watch out for that, and make sure their claws are trimmed. Make sure you see the cage and the conditions. Make sure it's all clean. It's not huge piles of bird droppings on the floor. Make sure they have clean food, and ask the guy any questions you have, because most breeders should be happy to take any questions. So just make sure you ask him about that, anything you concern, and just make sure you're safe. And when you take them out, make sure all the windows are shut. And because I've heard some terrible stories that some people's birds have flown out the window, it must be quite heartbreaking for them. So just make sure of that, and make sure you bird-proof your home, and make sure everything is bird safe, and just make sure everything is around you is just a safe environment for your birds. And I hope you and your birds have a good time. Thank you.